It's 9:29. Hey everybody, it's Chris. Hey everybody, it's Chris. Hey everybody, it's Chris. Is it Chris? Is it Chris? Yeah, I'm Chris. Hey everybody, it's Chris. I'll just eat some watermelon here. Hey guys, it's Chris. If you guys saw my live stream yesterday, you probably saw me looking like an idiot because I didn't know I was live. I was always like fearing that I would do something like that, where I would end up hitting live and not realize it. So I was actually filming a video yesterday and I was doing it a little bit differently than I normally do. So normally I just record it right on my camera, but this time I had it going through my camera but not recording on my camera, actually doing it on my computer on my OBS system. That's how I stream videos, but there's also a feature where you can record. And I thought I hit record, but right next to record is stream. And I had no idea what account I even had on the stream. But anyway, I thought I was recording until like 27 minutes in when I realized I wasn't recording, I was streaming. So everything I had said, you know, and that's just so embarrassing to think about. I don't know what I said. I hope I didn't say anything bad. It's really cringy. And so I immediately shut it down because I had no idea where I was streaming to. But luckily, a lot of you said that you thought I was just, you know, covering a video live. But that's good because to me, it's embarrassing and cringy. So anyway, I refilmed that video and I uploaded it yesterday. So that was my reaction video to John Venus as a ethical vegan to a hunter. So I don't know how that progression happens with somebody other than the fact that they never were vegan in the first place. But go check that video out if you haven't already and you're interested in seeing my reaction to some nonsense like that. I still have my video that I did yesterday, but I'm too afraid to even watch it. It's just cringy. I still remember cringy things I did or embarrassing things I did when I was in kindergarten. So I'll never forget these things. And to some people, they're nothing. But to me, it's like, I don't want to even look at them. I don't want to think about it. Hopefully, I didn't do anything bad yesterday. But a lot of you probably that were on there probably figured that I didn't know what was going on because I wasn't responding to anybody in the comment section because I had no idea. I don't know because I think hopefully was there anybody on there from the beginning? Did I start it at the beginning? Was I like, hey everybody, because I usually do my intro a few times until I get it right. So I probably said that like 6 times. People are probably like, what is he doing? But there was a point where I think I stopped it. So hopefully I already got that out of the way and I just started it mid-video. That would be like the best case scenario. Let's see here. You were there from the start? Is that how I started? Why don't I stream on Twitch anymore? I'm going to start streaming on Twitch again, but the main reason was because my camera was in the shop. So now I will do that again. And I just haven't really played in about probably a week. Maybe a little bit less, but yeah. I did say hi like 6 times. Wow. That's embarrassing. I'm not going to watch it. I put it on private, so I didn't delete it, but it's in the archives for somebody to watch long after I'm dead. That music. I was trying to say, anybody that will watch it, the music that he had in his video is just so annoying. That's what I was talking about. I hope that never happens again. I'm always wondering, like, I think Rebalancer was on Twitch with me. We were playing EverQuest, and I was on Discord. And when I turned everything off, Discord was still on. And I don't. She said like I was still talking. Maybe I was like singing to the dogs or something. Somebody died in Toronto, a longtime activist. How'd they die? Just old age? That sucks. You heard all my secrets. Good thing I don't have too many. Just kidding. Everything I know is a secret. So, it's Friday night. How's everyone doing? Ooh, the truck ran the person over? No, I didn't hear about that. This is in Toronto. The truck ran the person over. Is there any memory I can't really remember? If there is, I can't remember it. I'm eating some more watermelon here. It's really good. Was it on purpose? Did the person do it on purpose? That's crazy. I'll probably read about it soon too. I've been on the phone for the last couple hours, so haven't looked at anything on social media. I did make a couple posts today. I'll have to check that out after the stream ends. Just looking through my first few post on the feed. I'm not seeing anything. I'm sure it'll all be up though if that happened in what'd you say, Toronto? That sucks. It looked intentional. There's an investigation going on. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't know any of the facts. I think I'm just going to read your guys' comments and eat watermelon. I'm not going to say anything for the rest of the stream. It is really good. We'll check that out. I'll check that out after the stream ends. Do I like all melon? No, I don't think so. Do I like all melon? Let me see. I guess it really depends. I can't think of any I don't like. Some I like better than others, I guess. So, other than that, how's everyone doing tonight and this Friday? How is it where you guys live? For where I live, it was a hot one today. It's cooling off. The sun just set. The honeydew melon is lame. I'm not a huge fan of like cantaloupe, but it's okay sometimes when there's nothing else to eat. It just rained here too, Trini. Yeah, it rained here a little bit ago. Yeah, it's feeling a lot more like summer now. We only have a couple more days. Tiny watermelon. I had a huge watermelon. I hate when you get a big watermelon and it just doesn't taste good. So I actually squeezed an orange on this and a couple limes, and I put a tiny bit more of that soma salt on it. It's super good. It turned it from being like bland, not as sweet, to actually having a little bit more flavor, and it's good. I won't eat with my mouth open. Trini suggested I watch Watchmen, the TV series. Has anyone seen it? I tried some with basil. I love basil, but I don't know. I don't know if I was having it. So I don't know what else is new. I watched a few movies. Happiest Vegan on Earth, when she was on, she recommended I watch Onward, and I finished that either last night or 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights ago? It was good. It was a good movie. It was a Pixar, but yeah, super good. I recommend it. Yeah, watermelon and mint is good, and lime. I haven't. You're gonna have to ask Josh yourself, because I haven't talked to him. As far as I know, yes, but I don't know. I don't see him. What other movies did I watch? I watched. Well, you guys know that I talked about it in one of the live streams, Midsummer, which was kind of a crazy movie. I also watched The Vast of Night, which I talked about I was going to watch. I really liked it. It was good. It was like a 1950s kind of set movie. It was a brand new movie, but that's when it was set. I liked it. It kept my interest. And then I watched Knives Out, which was kind of like a murder mystery. I like that too. And then I watched another one last night that was kind of similar to that, but not exactly, but kind of like a little bit of the same. A couple of the same things happened in it. It was called Dangerous Lies, where this couple inherit a house and then some problems happen after that. So yeah. Any other movies I should watch? Did I ever meet? Taylor wants to know if I ever met John Venus. I never met John Venus. Brand new to the stream's been watching for a while now. Well, welcome to the stream. Gypsy Sage Nature Vegan. The Vast of Night is on Prime, Amazon Prime. Yeah, I recommend it. It was good. The acting was really good, and I looked it up. They did it all for like $700,000. You love Knives Out? It was good. I want to see more movies like that. Like that's what I like. Murder mysteries like that. Any newer murder mysteries I should be watching? I don't know. I'm kind of into. That's what I've been trying to find lately. What else did I watch? Some weird conspiracy movies. I don't even remember the name of it. Do I plan on staying quarantined? I am quarantined. I'm pretty much like that the majority of my life. No, I mean, I want to get back out there and do. I don't see anything around here, at least. And I'm interested for my dad to get the antibody test to see if he actually had it or if it was a false positive, because other than my dad, I know no other person in this world that have had it. I know people say, well, I know somebody that knows somebody that, but I don't know anybody around here, and neither do any of my friends. It's really weird. I keep saying the numbers are going up, but if that were the case, like, why don't we see all these people that we know getting it? It's just weird. I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm just making a logical inference there. The game, I did see that. And of course, like Clue and stuff like that. I like those big houses like in Knives Out. I liked it. Is stuff opening in New York? Honestly, I'm like out of the loop. I don't even know. I drove by the Parkway today and there was a bunch of people out playing volleyball and hanging out, and definitely not social distancing. The Lighthouse. I should watch The Lighthouse. Is it a series or is that a movie? Wait, I'm not. There's a guy on your station currently who was removed 3 times from Ryan's. He seems okay. It was because I am Christian. Not sure what that means. Somebody was on there. Vegan Lee, thank you for the $5 super chat. As always, I appreciate it. Hello, Twistina. The Hunt. I'd have to look it up. You know, there's a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of movies in my life, so some of them I completely forgot if I watched them or not. Gotta look them up. Yeah, they are talking about a second wave. You got the antibody test and it was negative. The Lighthouse was an old movie? Yeah, Trini, watch Knives Out. It's a good little movie there. The Five Bloods was okay. Produce wants to know, do my dogs usually tell me that they have to go to the bathroom, or do I let them out randomly? Sometimes a mixture of both. Usually I just bring them out and they'll go to the bathroom, but sometimes they will tell me they have to go to the bathroom. They're good though. They're good about not going to the bathroom in the house. Spike Lee joint. Yeah, actually, it's weird you say that because I just read that today. I read about Spike Lee not getting the funding that he should be getting for the movies that he does. You know, when I was here's a story. I'll just go to story time real quick. When I lived in New York City, the girl I was dating at the time went to NYU, and I went there to meet up with her, to wait for her, and I sat down. I don't remember what building it was, but I sat down on this bench, and this guy comes in and sits right next to me, and I'm going, trying to make sure that it's who I think it is, and sure enough, it was Spike Lee sitting right next to me. Right next to me. That's the end of the story. Eric and Darnell. A lot of content about 80s metal band. Do they take a long time to go potty? Sometimes Zeke will play that game. Yes. I didn't say hi. I didn't say hi. I was too shy. This is about almost 20 years ago. Probably 2002 or 3. One of those years. Beard and watermelon. ASMR. I didn't talk to Spike Lee. What was I supposed to say to him? What books do I like to read? None. I'm not a reader. I'm a watcher. Well, I'll read things like I'll read things online. But the last time I actually picked up a book and read it, it's been a while. I like fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons books. I got a few Dragonlance books over there that I read when I was younger that I really liked. I read Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time. I really liked that. But I was weird. I would read like fact finders and stuff, trying to memorize different meaningless facts. I read the book Timeline. That was a good book. I read the Celestine Prophecy. See, I can remember pretty much all the books I read because I haven't really read too many. That's not to say I don't read, because I read articles all day long online, but I'm just like a visual kind of guy. I'd rather watch a movie than read a book. Yeah, exactly, Rebalancer. You should have said, "Hey, you're Spike Lee," and he'd be like, "You're an idiot." How was the nori from the ramen? It was palatable. I could eat it. I did eat it, mainly because I know it's good for me. It just has it's got a weird texture sometimes when it's on sushi, and I can't chew it and swallow it, and it makes me like almost like gag, so I can't eat it. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes I can eat sushi and it's okay. Sometimes no. So it all depends on how brittle the nori is, or the seaweed. If it's like elasticy and it's hard to break down, I can't do it. Funny clips looking at aging bands from the 80s. What was I listening to from the 80s the other day? What came on the radio? What was I listening to? It's funny because like when an 80s song comes on, I still remember like every word, even though I haven't heard it since I was little. Celebrities like it when you talk to them. Normal. Yes, I did know that Eden is no longer vegan. It's like half that YouTube house isn't vegan anymore. It's only a few of us left. Vince Neil and Axl Rose. I saw I saw a really funny meme. It wasn't a meme, it was a screenshot. And I guess there was a picture of Axl Rose when he was like 20 or something. And this girl commented and she goes, "Why can't I find a man like this?" And Axl Rose, the real Axl Rose, actually commented back. And then he's got his profile picture, what he looks like today. And he's like, "Hey." And she just replies and she's like, "No." And then he replied and goes, "I'm literally that guy in the picture." It was funny. Funny enough, I have in the past, I don't anymore, but I have put agave in my pizza dough to try to replicate like a malt from what we used when I worked at pizza shops. So yeah, I did do that before. It might even be in one of my, I think it's in one of my recipes. I think it's in my cookbook. If not, it might be in one of my pizza dough recipes a long time ago on the channel. What are you talking about? Rest in peace, Axel Rose. Oh, I remember Katy Perry was at the expo. We didn't see her. Oh, did you see her and you didn't say hi to her? Was that after I met up with you? Or before? No, Axl Rose did not die. Do I like Tofurkey brand? Yes, I do. Actually know those guys. I've been in the vegan community for a very long time. I think around when I first went vegan, they had the Tofurkey. I think a year after. Everyone go make my pizza dough. What was it that I listened to? Yeah, when I see people posting non-vegan stuff, I usually unfollow because I just don't want to see that. Oh, Mantis says I got the 22 days. Did you get the vanilla one? It's really good, and the container was so full. Yeah, I got my new container of it. And I've been making some smoothies, super super good. I had one today. Oh, you didn't want to wait for Katie. Let me see. Who else has been at the expos that were famous? So we have Ian Somerhalder. He was there once. I didn't get to meet him. What's her name? Jessica Alba was there for Seventh Generation. Angie Everhart, and I actually met her. I met her, and she we were actually going to hang out, but we never did. Who else did I meet? Or who else did I was there and I didn't meet? I don't know. Trini, do you remember anyone else? Hello, Ivlani. I hope I said that right. I always forget. Is it Ivlani? Yeah, that's how I've always been ever since I was little, Wojita. I never really cared about the peer pressure and everything. I always heard about, oh, don't give in to peer pressure. I'm like, I wasn't gonna. I don't care if these people are making fun of me. Mushroom Hunter says, I live in Indiana and I had a customer that works at Wegmans up in Rochester, which is the next city over from where I am. It's actually where Wegmans originated, and the best Wegmans that I've ever been to is in Rochester. I used to live right down the street from it, walking distance. A few people from The Bachelor, that doesn't count. I don't know if I've always gone against the tide, but I've always done what I wanted to do. And it didn't bother me if people said that that wasn't the cool thing to do or that's not what they're doing. I just, I saw friends given to peer pressure, but I just was like, no, ain't doing it. Richard's complaining about Last of Us. That was the game that everybody told me I should start playing, but it's only on PlayStation, right? Which I don't have. What's the nastiest vegan product I can remember trying? The Go Veggie single cheese. I actually thought that this was doing a disservice to veganism because it was so bad. And if anybody was to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to give vegan a try and I'm going to try some cheese, and they went ahead and grabbed that cheese, which was at a lot of stores, and they said, oh, I'm going to grab this one. The one in the purple is vegan. The one in blue has casein in it, so it's not vegan. But the one in the purple of their products is always vegan. It tastes so bad that I would think that somebody that would try that for the first time would be like, I can't do it. I can't be vegan because vegan cheese sucks. Not knowing that there's amazing vegan cheese out there, but you just accidentally grabbed the wrong one. So I feel like it's a disservice. Like, they need to go back and change that formula and do it, because their shreds are good, but their single cheese is so disgusting. I can't. Wegmans is the best. It's the best store. How to make pizza. I got to figure that out. How do I get my pups interested in eating raw carrots? I just say you want a carrot and they go crazy. They love it. They love carrots. I guess all dogs aren't the same. Certain dogs like certain things. I don't know. They love carrots though. That's one of their favorite things to eat. And I just split like a huge cooked but yet cooled off sweet potato with them. I even took a few bites myself. We shared it. It was good. They loved it. Where did I get my shirt? I got this one right here from my friend Elba Paris. She's got a lot of really cool designs. Elba Paris. Just look her up on Instagram or her website. She's got some really cool shirts. Did my dogs like the V-Dog from the get-go? Yes, they did. They most certainly. Indy's a very picky eater, whereas Zeke will eat almost anything. It's funny because now that I have Zeke and Indy, they both eat as soon as I put that food in their bowl. But before Zeke, Indy was that kind of dog that I would have to be like, go eat your food. Indy, go eat your food. And it would be sitting in his bowl, and he would just go all day without eating. At the end of the night, he'd be like, oh. He'd look at it for a minute, and then he'd start eating it. But now, he's just, boom. It's like, I'm not going to let Zeke get near my food. And it's been like that for over a year now. They love cooked carrots. They love raw carrots. They love cooked potatoes. They won't eat raw potatoes, but I won't give them a raw potato. So we're at 333. I think I might watch something after this. Trini suggested Watchmen. Now, I really liked Watchmen, the movie. And Dr. Manhattan, the most powerful. He's probably the most powerful of any kind of superhero ever imagined. I think that there's nobody that could beat him. You want to go back to the challenge on P99? I was looking for you on the live. I didn't see you today. We could Twitch live. What do you think about that? I don't know, but Cryptic wants to play with us too, so we'll have to go back to P99. It's going to be weird going back to P99 after playing live. We made it to like level, 54 on our guys in like a week. I missed it, didn't I? They're done with the experience bonus. Did they end that on the 17th? I think they did. Yeah, let's revive the live streams too. What else? What else? I got a recipe video coming up that I'm working on for the main channel. I just had to, like, things came up and I had to do that reaction video for yesterday. So sorry for those that don't like those videos, but I think they're important. Your dog was getting scared at the fireworks. Yeah, it's this time. It's that time of year. And, you know, for the longest time, ever since I can remember, really, growing up, fireworks have been illegal here and in New York State, and you couldn't buy them anywhere. I walk into Target about 2 weeks ago, and right there at the entrance are just shelves of fireworks for sale. What happened? How are they able to do that? You used to have to go to south of the border, South Carolina, to buy fireworks, and now Target's selling them here. It's weird. I said working for each level part was fun. Now you're power leveling on live. I'm confused. What is there to be confused about? I'm not sure what you're confused about. I'm confused that you're confused. One-handed pull-ups. I wouldn't be able to do those here. Am I also good at push-ups? Yes. I do lots of push-ups. Let's see, any more questions here? I feel like I've gone through them all. How many push-ups can I do in a row? In a row? My record is about, I think, what was it? 123 in a row. But that was a while ago. Right now, probably in a row, I could probably do about 60. But I usually do 40 or 50, take a little break, do 40 or 50. I usually do about 120 to 150 a day. Yeah. I just go until I could probably still go on, but like sometimes I feel like a weird like nerve. I don't know if it's damage or whatever, but so then I'll stop at that point. But that usually doesn't kick in until I'm over 50, somewhere around there. So I'll usually do 40 or 50 at a time. Do I ever get crap from anyone when I wear a vegan shirt in public? No. Is it really blurry for you guys, or is that just me? Is the stream blurry? For me it is. Why is it blurry? Not blurry for you guys. Okay, just for me. I don't normally wear vegan shirts out in public too much. I don't like drawing attention to myself. I don't wear vegan zombie shirts other than the Zombie Crew and the Ouija board one. But that's just me. But I noticed that certain shirts do get a lot. The vegan zombie one used to get a lot of people saying like stuff for. I even had one of the senators of New York State say something about my vegan zombie shirt at the New York State Fair when he went. Who was it? I think it was Chuck Schumer. It's going in and out of blurry. Yeah, that's got to be the internet connection. I don't know exactly why it's doing it. I don't like it. I want a good clear stream on my good clear camera. Look on the Discord main page. For what? I was on there a little while ago. You see zero blur. That's good. That's what I like to hear. No, I'm using my new camera. This is my new camera. This is, it was fixed. If you didn't see the update, it was fixed and I got it back. So I'm happy about that. And that was the main reason I stopped doing the live streams for so long and stopped doing the Twitches. It just wasn't working. Did I see the memes? Probably. Oh, you talking about Amy? I'll have another piece of watermelon, thank you. I don't really have too much else to talk about. Just my blunder yesterday and catching up with you guys. It's hot out. I got the air going right now, so it feels good in here. I don't know, guys. You guys have any more questions, or should we call it early tonight? I've never been to Quebec, but I have been to Montreal twice. I'm sad that I can't do any festivals. That sucks. All the festivals have been canceled this year. Do I like seeded watermelon? It doesn't matter if it's seeded or not, really. I guess it's easier to eat seeded. I just like a nice, sweet, tasty watermelon. I don't like when you get the watermelon that's just like, you feel like you're just eating water, crunchy water, because there's no flavor. Did I talk about... Yeah, when I first got on, I talked about the video. Well, I didn't really talk too much about it, but yeah, the video I did reacting to John Venus's ridiculousness. There's a federal case against fluoride being added to public water. Did I get a new blender? I have the Chefman down there because my Blendtec broke. So I didn't get, I still got to reach out to them. They'll send me one, I'm sure. Yeah, I remember watermelon tasting like a lot sweeter and different when I was little. And it was, I don't think there was seedless watermelon back then. Maybe, but I don't remember. You could never grow a watermelon to full size. Is that because it just wouldn't grow to full size, or because you would always pick it and eat it? Because it looked delicious at mid-size. What is this that I'm not seeing? I did see the square watermelons, and I didn't know that they were in Japan. Maybe I did at one point. But they put them in like a container so they grow to the container. You don't even have P99 installed on your laptop. Well, you can always play it on your MacBook, and then you know what? You could play P99 on one, and on the other one you could experience your Mage. We're talking some gamer stuff right now. Isn't it? Because I remember, like, you'd eat a watermelon, you'd have to spit out seeds every 2 seconds. Any other Anybody have any good movies or shows to watch on any of the Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, HBO? Anything good that I haven't seen yet? I've seen all The Office. I started Craig's video. I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't see the whole thing. But I already know his whole story, so. Man in the High Castle. Where's that? Mr. Robot. The new Steve Carell one. Is that the space one? Did anybody like Ad Astra? %3% in Sense8. Oh yeah, I still got to look that up. I took a screenshot of that, Trini. I forget. I got to go look that up. I'm supposed to watch that. The violin one. What was it called? Dead Still on Acorn. I guess I don't have Acorn. I had Shudder at one point, but there wasn't really anything good on it. I really got it so I could watch Creepshow. Hypernormalization. It's a good documentary. The Invisible Guest. Yeah, I love Dexter. Cobra Kai, I haven't seen that. That's so weird, though, because I had a dream that my buddy was in a movie and I was at the house there where they filming it, and it was important that he was wearing a certain shirt, and he was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt. It was either Cobra Kai or Cobra Commander. It was Cobra. Weird. I always like finding like a new movie or something that I really like. And it seems like the last few I've watched, I really liked them, which is rare. Last Kingdom, I think I started to watch that. You look like Dexter, Sean? Does everybody like watch their back when you're near them? Yeah, Dexter was a really good show. Oh, I just saw the remake of Pet Sematary. Didn't like it. I watched the first season of Dark on Netflix. I did not see the second season yet. Yeah, the original Pet Sematary is way better. Am I seeing my dad on Father's Day? I don't know, maybe. It depends what his plans are. Yes, Trini. It was her favorite. The original. Did I watch the Joe Rogan Elon Musk podcast? Did he do a new one? Because if not, yes, I did see it. Everyone you know watches Dexter. Father's Day would be this Sunday. 2 days from now. Actually, only 1 day for you. So I've noticed that every time I open up, what is on Netflix, right? Well, whatever one it's on. I see Hannibal coming up, and I see the preview of it. It's like right there. It's like watch it, watch it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I mainly enjoy watching Joe Rogan podcasts. Craig made a good observation with Joe Rogan on his podcast. Like he'll normally say things against vegans, but if somebody's on his show that's not a vegan that starts, knocking veganism, Joe will stick up for well, I know a lot of people that are vegan that are doing really, really good, and it's actually, proven, he'll actually support it. It's kind of weird how he does that. But I think he's got a lot of interesting people, and they talk about a lot of interesting things on the show. Rachel's YouTube channel is Rach and Plants. She hasn't put out a video in a while, but she's working on one. She's got a lot of plants. What do I think of the news on Chris D'Elia? I guess I'm unaware of the new... If there's something new about Chris D'Elia, I don't know. Now I want to look it up. Is anyone learning any new skills during the pandemic? Can anyone speak another language that you didn't know before the pandemic? Do I still live with Josh? No. No. For me, I've just been, plugging away at videos, making videos, and really trying to figure out how to do different kind of videos since I'm not able to do the kinds I normally used to do. Going out to the stores and doing that. I've been I want to do more like vegan zombie videos, but it's hard because I need other people to do that with. My friend Cody said he would be willing to help me out with that, so we'll see. You're learning how to program in Python and JavaScript. Josh moved out the end of March. So it's been almost 3 months. 2.5. I don't think he does videos anymore, but I don't know. You could probably still message him on Instagram or something. Well, we're almost at an hour. I guess we'll give it another 7 minutes. If anybody has any last minute questions, I can't promise you I will answer them, but you can ask them. I ate most of the watermelon. I was thinking about Twitching, but I just did this for an hour, so maybe I'll check out a movie or something and then come back to this. Oh, there, I just gave it to you. My plans for tonight. Do I play any horror games? No, I don't. Do I ever like salt on my watermelon? Yeah, actually I have salt on this watermelon right here. I have lime, orange, and some Soma salt. And it comes out so good. What's my favorite gum? My favorite gum. If I had to eat gum, eat it. Chew gum, it would probably be the pure. The P, U, umla, R. My shirt says, the future is vegan. The future is vegan. The gory one? Shane Dawson. Sometimes I watch the Chuck E. Cheese one. So he's got a new one on Demon Ghost. I did a Demon Ghost video years ago. A garden tour video would be fun. I'm going to have to find somebody's garden then because I don't have one. I'll do a garden. That's what I'll do. I'll just go to some neighbor's house and I'll be like, all right, over here, I think we have some green beans growing. Okay, we're going to have to get going. They're coming out now. My favorite bread that I'm not making myself, probably Heidelberg bread. They make delicious bread. I thought all of their bread was vegan, but I did find one that wasn't vegan. But most of the bread is vegan with some pretty simple ingredients, no preservatives or anything like that. It's pretty good. My parents are doing great. Last I talked to them, actually I talked to my mom last night. Let's see what else. Yeah, Dave's Killer Bread is pretty good too. Favorite vegan ice creams? Well, let's see. So Delicious. I like their original ice cream. Their original, let's see, the original just soy milk ice cream. The chocolate, the vanilla. That's always going to be one of my favorites. I don't like the coconut based ice creams. I do like, I don't know, I got to say that I think one of the best ice creams I've ever had is the vegan Ben & Jerry's Netflix and Chilled. It's a game changer. It's seriously good. I do like the Oatly chocolate milk. I don't ever buy it, but I like it. And the Oatly ice cream is very creamy and delicious as well. Do I listen to J. Cole? I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't like coconut based ice cream. Yeah, I noticed that. Actually, I pointed that out in one of my videos that the Dave's Killer Bread was, all the bread was gone except for the Dave's Killer Bread. And I also noticed that, I never had this problem before, but now it's kind of, it's hit or miss if you're going to find tofu. Everybody's buying tofu, which is a good thing. I do like turmeric ice cream. I had turmeric vegan yogurt at Yogurt out in California. It's been a while, but I do like Nanamu, but you can't really tell that it's coconut based. And it's funny because it's funny you said that. Because I just posted a Nanamu picture from a couple years ago. Nanamu. It's a vegan. Here, let me show you a better picture of that. Look at that. It's an ice cream donut at Eat Drink Vegan Festival. Do I like tempeh? Only, I like tempeh if I make it right. Tempeh is like another hit or miss thing. You gotta be able to know how to make tempeh right, because otherwise it's just bitter and it can not take on a flavor that well. It could be not a favorite for some people. There's a lot of good ice creams out there. Let's just say that. There is vegan mochi. They have it's Mimo or something, Mimo, and they have a whole vegan line of it. It's pretty good too. You guys all want vegan ice cream. I try to stay away from the ice cream. Trying to not gain weight here. So if I want ice cream, I'll make banana ice cream. so I don't feel left out here. I feel it's just as good. Do I still talk to John Ted? I just talked to John yesterday. Do people ever say anything about your vegan shirts in public if they're not vegan? Sometimes. It depends what shirt I'm wearing, I guess. I got a lot of compliments on the vegan zombie shirts. I've had people come up to me and be like, oh yeah, I think I know that band. I'm like, oh really? Like, yeah. Cool, man. Cool name. Other people that wear the vegan zombie shirts, I've had my mom, my aunt, people talk to them like, oh yeah, I watched that show. And she's like, oh, that's my nephew, stuff like that. Again, I don't wear them. I don't wear the vegan zombie shirt. I used to. Yeah, I think John put out a video about the garden. We'll do a social experiment. We'll wear some shirts out in public, vegan shirts. I usually get I've got this more than once. Like, oh man, you're vegan. I'm like, yeah. Man, I have so much respect for you. Like, I would be vegan, but I just can't do. I just can't give up this, or I can't. And it's so cliche to hear that, but it's like, it's like, oh yeah, why can't you give that up? How come I don't do any social experiments in general? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because I'm an introvert. You were so disappointed the last one wasn't a live stream. The last what? Wasn't a live stream. Not sure what you mean by that. You're getting a vegan zombie shirt because why not? Okay, cool. Tom Green. Because social distancing, yeah. I don't know. Maybe at some point we will. Maybe at some point we'll do a social experiment. Hello. Are you vegan? Have you heard about veganism? Would you consider going vegan? Why or why not? Oh, that one. I started this live stream talking about that. Yeah, I didn't realize I was live. So I thought I was recording my video. I didn't realize I was live until 27 minutes in, and then I was like, I'm live, and I don't know where this is streaming to. I didn't know what channel, so I ended it. Well, I think that I'm an introverted extrovert, or an extroverted introvert. I've learned to become an extrovert, but truly I think I'm an introvert. I can be an extrovert. I can function in public. And I don't know. I think it's all a matter of self-confidence and just telling yourself you can do something. Does it come natural, or does it seem normal for me? No. I guess I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert. But again, if I know I have to do something, I can definitely do it and function as a pretend extrovert, I guess. Well, that is something that I have wanted to do for a long time. People taste test in different vegan foods to see if they liked it or not. It'd be funny to take two vegan foods and tell them one of them was vegan and one of them wasn't, and ask them which one they liked better, and then tell them they were both vegan. Ambivert, ambidextrous, ambivert. Yeah, so that would describe me. I'm all about adapting to what I have to do. Mind over matter. My mind doing something that I always thought I couldn't do or didn't want to do. But if I just let it, my mind rest and like go with the flow, I'm more apt to be an introvert. Like I've always been, pretty much. Unless I'm around, people that I'm comfortable with, family, friends like that, stuff like that. So let's have another piece of watermelon here. Hello, AJ. And again, I didn't learn this until recently, like within the last probably 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. Most of my life, I've just straight up introvert, no other way. Yeah, What the Health? Of course I've seen that. It's a good documentary. Any advice to introverts who don't switch easily? It's a mind. Well, I've said this speech plenty of times. Actually, I have a whole video on it on this channel, how I learned to be okay with being in front of the camera, and that was part of like overcoming me being an introvert. Basically, I just told myself that, hey, for all of us, every single person that's alive right now today, this is our time on this planet. None of us asked to be here, but yet we are here. So no other person can tell you that they deserve to be here more than you do. You deserve to be here just as much as anybody else. So with that being said, this is your time. This is my time. Why not do whatever I want to do? If I want to do something, why should I worry about, the construct of society thinking of me a certain way if I do something, within reason, we don't want to do illegal things that are going to put us in jail or for the rest of our life. But anyway, I'm getting off. Do what you want to do, because in 100, 150 years, nobody's going to know you. Nobody's going to know who you were or what you did, or it's irrelevant. You're done. You're gone. So this is your time now. Do whatever you want to do. And that's the idea I gave myself. And I'm like, all right. So I kind of had the confidence to, well, my whole thing was I had to speak. I had to speak in front of people. And I was deathly afraid to do that. So once I told myself that, hey, I have just as much, this is my time just as much as anybody else's time, I'm going to go and make a speech. And you know what? I basically said nobody was better at telling my speech about my own story than me. So, I told my story about how I went vegan and started the Vegan Zombie, and I did it. Once I had that in my head, it was easy. And I was so afraid to get in front of people. But after I told myself that and I did it, like, you could put me in a room right now in front of like 1,000 people and I would be able to do the same thing. Like, I don't get nervous anymore. But I had to trick my brain into telling myself not to be nervous. Don't be nervous. This is your time. Do whatever you need to do or whatever you want to do. Do it for you. Do it for whoever wants to listen. And I don't know. It's mind over matter, really, because once you tell yourself, I gave myself no alternative. I go, there's no fail. It was like Eminem, Mom's Spaghetti. This is your one opportunity. Do it. And I did it. A lot of actors are introverts. Speaking of that, I've already seen it, but I watched The Disaster Artist again last night. Speaking of actors, Mom Spaghetti. Ellie, yes, I can totally relate with you. Certain goals were harder. Being an introvert, being afraid to, I think on top of being an introvert for a long time, and maybe I still have a little bit, I was like agoraphobic. Like I did not like leaving my house, especially when I lived in New York City. And when I lived in New York City, like now I love visiting New York City. I hated living there. I would stay in my room in my apartment just 99% of the time. I would leave if I needed to get food. I would leave if I had to go to school because I went to school down there. I would immediately come back home and I would stay up there. I hated the thought of having to go anywhere and, going down and getting public transportation, getting in the subway, doing whatever I had to do to get anywhere around there because it just took so long to do it. Like I grew up out here kind of like in the country, suburbia. And if I wanted to go somewhere, I would get in my car and I would drive in relatively, little traffic and it would be nice. But living in the city was a whole different story. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like things could be hard just mentally trying to be able to do things. But like this really helped me. This whole YouTube channel, like totally, I grew as a person. Like a lot of my insecurities went away and I'm able to stick up for what I think is right no matter what people think of me. And a lot of times in the past, I was too afraid I'm afraid what somebody might think of me or saying something. Like, I'm not afraid to say what I want to say and do what I want to do. And sometimes doing that is, being, stepping out of your shell if you're an introvert. I think a lot of people get stage fright. I think Sia is one of the most popular performers or singers. She was very stage fright. She didn't want anybody to see her. And I think Adele was like that too. Yeah, but some people that's not even a thing for. They'll just go up and they love speaking in front of people. And like I can see it now because like I almost got like kind of like a high. Like I felt so good about myself when I was able to overcome my fear and actually speak. I've spoken to audiences of up to I think 300 people before. I don't know where I had the biggest audience. It might have been the Veg Fest in Montreal. It might have been the New York City one. I'm not sure. But there was quite a lot of people there, so many that I didn't even look at anybody. I would just speak. I would do my thing, and I never messed up a bit. Like I told my story, and things that I normally would be embarrassed by as a kid were nothing now. Like I did one last year at the Veg Fest here in Syracuse. I did a cooking demonstration, and my mom and dad were there. And at one point, my mom comes in while I'm doing the demonstration. I think I was cooking tofu scramble, and I put some spinach in there. I'm like, well, we don't have a lid, so we're gonna have to improvise. And she walks right in, and she grabs another pan. She goes, here, just put this over it. And then she walks away, and I just looked at everybody and go, that was my mom. 10 years ago, if I did that, I would have been mortified that my mom just walked in but I went with it. It was fun. I wasn't embarrassed. I did my thing. I get that bands who would throw up before a show. Like I get that. Like I have felt like that before, going to speak. I think the first time I had to do it was in Toronto. I went. They wanted. I forget who. They wanted us to go up there and do a cooking demonstration. So me and John went up there, and I think they paid us for like gas and everything. and I knew I had to go speak, and I was so scared. I was like, because most of the speech was mine, John was good at speaking in front of people, so that was great. But I was the one that created the channel. I was the one with the story behind it, So, when I went up there to speak, I totally froze up. I did what I was afraid that was going to happen. It happened, and I froze up. I froze up for it wasn't just a couple seconds. I froze up for a long time. I did not know what to say. I lost my train of thought, and I was just looking at everybody staring at me, and I was just like, and I looked at John, and I'm like, what do I say? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. It was a good 15, 20 seconds. And then finally, I started talking again. And at that point, I was fine after that. It was almost like when I went to take my driving test. I was so afraid that I was going to fail. And right off the bat, when the guy giving you the driver's test says, all right, when you're ready, pull away from the curb. I pulled away from the curb. I didn't put my blinker on. He goes, you didn't put your blinker on. And I was like, oh man, I already failed it. So I'm no longer nervous. I'm actually just mad at myself because in my head, I failed my driver's test right off the bat. So no more nerves. I was not nervous anymore. I did everything else perfect. I get done. And he goes, well, you got to remember to put your blinker on when you leave a curb. But other than that, you did everything right. So I'm going to have to pass you. I probably wouldn't have passed if I didn't make that mistake. And with that speech that I had to do, I made that mistake at the beginning. And after that, I was like, all right, well, I screwed it up. What else can I do? So I was fine the rest of the speech. Yeah, you're probably right. That could be why a lot of singers do drugs before. Maybe they try to relax themselves. Maybe they get drunk to try to forget it. And maybe they just end up doing too much. Would I say that I'm inspired by Henry Rollins or Ian MacKaye? No, I wouldn't say that. I listened to Fugazi from way back in the day, and I've been straight edge ever since. I heard the term, but I don't really think that they inspired me. Definitely, 15 seconds it seemed like an eternity. Well, I just made a huge mistake yesterday that's really cringy. To me, it's cringy. Doing that live stream and not realizing that I was live. I don't know what I said, and I think I gave my intro 5 or 6 times because that's normally what I do. I didn't realize that I was live, and thinking about it now I don't want to do it. Like, it makes me cringe. I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. It's so embarrassing. But it's funny to talk about it now, but no, I don't want to go back and watch it. You had nightmares about being in a play? No, that video is on private forever. Yeah, I've got a few videos that, I think the first video that you see me on, I made it private. It was 10 years ago on this channel, the Vegan Zombie channel, the main channel. And it's me and John talking. John used to hate doing videos that I was in with him because I'd be like, all right, hold on, let's do that scene again. Let's do that scene again. Because I couldn't. I'm like, no, I don't like how I said that. I don't like how I did this. Let's do it again. And it would take forever. Whereas now I can just put the video on and talk. It took me all those years to be able to do that. But at the beginning, you didn't even know who I was. I wasn't on camera. I was always behind the scenes. So when I had to come out and actually do a video, and the reason I did the video is because somebody stole the idea of the Vegan Zombie and they wrote a book, and they had all this press on it and everything. And I was pretty livid. So I wanted to come out and let people know that, they were, they were deleting our comments and everything when I was like, this is already a thing. So that's why I made the video back then. This is the beginning of social media. This is back in 2009, 2010. Looking at it now, I'm like, this is cringy. Like I put it on private. I never delete a video, but I privatized it. I don't want it out. You wouldn't recognize me anyway. I got like a buzz cut, no long hair. My dad actually jokes about that, Linda. My dad will be like, oh, yep, we've all done it. I made a mistake back in 1983. Totally joking, but yeah. We did do a blooper reel video. If you guys haven't seen that, it's still funny to this day. I should have probably done way more of those because we had a lot of funny bloopers. Maybe I could go back through some of it. Would take me forever to do it, but maybe I go back through all these old videos and find some bloopers and put them together. Is Chris okay? Yeah, that must have been so weird not knowing that I did not know that I was that I didn't know I was live. People would be like, is he okay? Somebody called the police. He's being he's under duress. Well, actually, Trini, I have a couple stories. Well, actually, I think I have one. I have one story to edit that my dad told that. No. I have got two. No, maybe just one. There's another one that he wants to tell me, but every time I go over there, he's just too tired, doesn't want to do it. But I do have one more that I want to edit and post for you guys. I just, it's timeless. I could do it whenever. I could do it now. I could do it in 5 years. It doesn't really matter. I should do a video on my journey focusing and overcoming your fears. The thing is I've done that and nobody watched it. I've done that a couple times. But if you watch the video on how I overcame being on camera, it's a lot of what I just talked about. Maybe I just need to label them differently. I don't know. I'll do some more videos on... I feel like I need to do something different anyway, Like, I don't know. How I overcame my fear of speaking on camera. I think that's what I labeled it. Something like that. You guys probably could find it. My dad's got a lot of cool stories, so I want to do more with him. Ask Chris. Oh, okay, so I made a folder for that. Vegan travel abroad. So the only thing, well, I do have some of those. Vegan travel abroad. Let's see. We went to Germany. Not too much to like really say about that because we were touring the whole time. We didn't really get to go to any restaurants or anything like that. But been to the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Panama. Unfortunately, I haven't really traveled that much, but the travel that I have done was all possible through creating this channel. So before this, like I was very not well traveled, just here in the United States, Canada. Really just up and down the East Coast, all the way. I used to live in Florida, but from up here to New York, all to Vermont, all the way down to Florida and over to Texas. And that's probably pretty much it from my travel until I started this channel. And then I was able to do a couple of cruises and go to Germany. Yeah, it was fun. And I know it's not out of the United States, but we also did a cruise to Alaska, which was awesome too. We ended up going to Victoria. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I did it. The girl with the chicken. So yeah, that's my friend Ashley. I would like to go to Asia and stuff. My friend's always trying to get me to go to Thailand. Lots of vegan spots out there, as what he says. So he used to live over there. A small vegan city in Canada. Well, I don't know. There's Toronto has Vegandale, which is like a whole street, which I did a video of, which I haven't posted. Chiang Mai. Yeah, I think that's where he was. Yeah. Anyway, he actually wanted to open up a restaurant over there. He ended up getting really sick and almost died, and he was flown home. Got a kidney transplant, and he wants to go back. The live I did with Happy Healthy Vegan, I did a couple lives with them. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. There was one I did a few years ago at their house, and then there was another one we did where Ryan had me on, and then another one where I had Ryan on mine. I've never been to the Galapagos Islands. I would love to go to London, seriously. And I've been invited to a few different places out there. I'd like to go to Picky Wops, Temple of Satan. Those are all I know of right now. Oh, and Pomodoro and Basilica. I don't know exactly how he got sick. I think it might have been something he ate. I'm not sure. But yeah, he was in bad shape. I would definitely go to London. I've always wanted to go to France too. I want to go to a country with like that's old, like really old, like a lot of history, castles, that kind of thing. You know, I was supposed to go to Ireland a couple times when I was younger, but I was bad. And then my brother got to go instead of me. I don't remember what I was bad for or if it even warranted me not going. But I was the oldest child and they were really strict against me compared to what they were with my younger siblings. I don't think I did anything bad, but I guess I wasn't being good. And my younger brother got to go instead of me twice. Yeah, I'd like to go to Scotland. Yeah. You know, Germany was fun because I traveled through the entire country. We went all over the country, and we did dinner tours everywhere. I really like Munich because Oktoberfest was going on, and we got to go in there and have like a vegan pretzel that was that big, literally that big. There was a picture of me holding it. That was fun, Munich. It was a little different than the rest of the cities. We were in Cologne, Mainz, Hamburg, Solingen, Berlin. Where else were we? Frankfurt. I'm probably missing a couple of those. But yeah, I did a whole vlog. It's on this channel, I think. And it shows our whole time over there doing dinner parties and preparing and all that kind of stuff. The only thing is I'm like paranoid about so many things. So I'm like, I totally want to go abroad. But wait a minute. I've watched too many episodes of Locked Up Abroad. I don't know if I want to go. in Dresden. Is that like the Dresden Dolls coin? Operated boy. Be careful in Thailand then. Yeah, my friend tells me stuff like, oh yeah, he like dismisses everything. He goes, oh, you're totally fine. Just don't ever get caught with drugs. I'm like, well, I wouldn't. I don't do drugs. Your friend was locked up abroad. See, that's like a I don't know, that's like a fear just watching those locked up abroads. Yeah, Thailand though, like if you do drugs, they will execute you or put you in jail forever. Broke Down Palace movie. Broke Down Palace. Did I see that? Broke Down Palace. Broke Down Palace. I'm trying to remember what it is. Broke Down Palace. Is that the one with Claire Danes? No. Is it? Oh, the Claire Danes movie, yeah. Locked Up Abroad. Broke Down Mountain. Broke Down Palace. My tomatoes, like I got a really good one out of there, but they're not doing it anymore. And one of the squirrels got to one of them, and I'm upset about that. Kate Beckinsale. Well, we definitely went over the hour that I said I was going to end this, but I have a secret love for Border Security Australian version. It's kind of funny. Is that like a series? The guy that interviewed Molly Ringwald got caught smuggling gold. Was that like something that like he knew was illegal, or was he just like, oh, I'm going to bring some gold back with me? How do you get out of that one? Maybe you can tell me later. Deliver Me from the movie. Not familiar with it. Oh, he knew it was wrong. Ooh. At least he could have had platinum with him. What do I think of the vegan deterioration channel? I think it's a farce. I think it's really stupid. They try to find anything wrong or anything, like the worst pictures, and they try to make their own diagnosis of vegans. So stupid. There are literally channels out there that are the only reason they're there is to discredit veganism for whatever reason. It's ridiculous. We know that that's not. Science already tells us that veganism can be done by anybody. So. So that's another people with calcium watermelon deficiency shouldn't be drinking dairy or eating dairy anyway, because dairy, if you look what it does, it acidifies your body, and then your body neutralizes that with calcium phosphate. And the way you get that is it leaches it from your bones, and then you urinate out the rest of it. So you're actually losing calcium by consuming dairy, which is contrary to what they told us when I was growing up. Drink a lot of milk and you'll have strong bones and great teeth. And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. You look at all the countries that are high in dairy and stuff, including our country, a lot of osteoporosis, bone fractures, stuff like that. So it just makes sense to get your calcium from other things. And I think there's more calcium anyway in most plant milks than there are in dairy milk. So almond milk, I know Oatly has it. So don't drink things that belong to animals. People try to sneak in weird stuff to airports. I understand that some people like have things with them that they totally, oh, you had no idea that was with me. But other people actually do try to sneak stuff in. I'm just waiting for another question to pop up. Good night, Brenda. Thanks for watching. Does anybody want the rest of my watermelon? Zeke just looked up at me. Oh, I'm sure they do. They all probably have really good stories to tell. I want to hear some crazy, weird horror stories that people have. Like, oh, I worked the graveyard shift here at this mortuary, and wow, something like that. Plant eats. Sounds familiar, but can't picture it. Ooh, tofu stir fry. Terry, make me some. Coming over for dinner. I don't think you can post a link here, Rebalancer. You can try. What time is it anyway? It is 11. It's 11 over here on the East Coast.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Yeah, I said it was 11, Siri. I wasn't talking to you. I'll bring the watermelon and you have stir fry ready for me. I'll be right over. Used to work at the largest cemetery in Kansas. Ooh. I actually like cemeteries. I just walked through a cemetery about a week ago. We have a really nice one here in Syracuse. Siri is definitely a spy. She's listening to everything here. There was one time that I was so paranoid I would never have a Siri. That was back when I was trying to get in the FBI. I was so private and secretive. And then you got somebody like that trying to start a YouTube channel, and that's exactly why you would never see me or never even hear my name or anything. So everybody only saw John at the beginning, and that's exactly how I wanted it. I didn't want anybody to know who I was or anything like that. So I was like secretive behind the scenes. And then it just got to a point where I'm like, oh my God, my name's out there, And that's because I made a cookbook and my name was out there all over the place in a cookbook. And I'm like, might as well use my real name now. Goodbye, being secretive about everything and private. Well, Siri did that because I accidentally, when I picked it up to see what time it was, I think I pressed the button. It'll be ready in 20 minutes. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out where you live and everything and get there in 20 minutes. That doesn't give me much time. Just save some for me, though. I really want some tofu. I might go make some. Well, I mean, I could bore you guys all night with stories, but I think I'll just go bore myself with a movie once I figure out what I'm going to watch. Oh, yeah, we're going to watch Watchmen. We're going to have like a watch party, right? A Watchmen party. Oh my God, how about tofu pizza? Tofu pizza. Barbecue tofu pizza. Oh, you're by the beach in California. Oh man, that's a pretty big beach. Um, I don't think I can make it tonight. Although I got about 4 hours because of the time zone, but I don't think I can make it there in 4 hours. So I'm gonna have to take a rain check, or you're gonna have to, or either I don't know. Yeah, one of us. I mean, I'm gonna go take a break right now just because we've gone almost 2 hours doing this. Maybe I'll Twitch, but if I Twitch, it's gonna be pretty late for you guys. But I still sometimes do that. But right now, I'm gonna take a little movie break and just kind of chill, read through my social media comments, hang out with the pups, do things like that. Maybe a seance. Yes, people do leave stuff on graves. In fact, did you see my Carl Sagan video? Do you see all the things on his grave? Wait, how about tofu banh mi? I love tofu banh mi, and there's actually a place around here that makes them really, really good. Tofu banh mi and a ham banh mi, a vegan ham banh mi. Oh, everybody's saying good night. If I'm not here, is it because I'm on Twitch? I haven't gone on Twitch since my camera went away. So it's been a little bit on Twitch. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Twitch tonight. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Who knows? I just wanted to at least do this tonight because it's been a while since I did a live stream. And I also wanted to explain to you guys what happened yesterday. Because some of you guys saw it. I had no idea. I don't want to watch it. How late do I stay up? I probably won't go to bed until probably like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. Depending on if I get tired or not. I have to pick my roommate up from work at 7:30 in the morning. The che, the Vietnamese desserts. Oh, we just missed it. It was 11:11. AJ said it's keep the evil spirits out right at 11:11. You said that. How's Rachel? Rachel's working. Yeah, we are on zombie hours. She works the overnight shift, and I'll probably stay up rather than go to sleep and then wake up and pick her up. I'm wide awake right now anyway, so I might go watch a movie, and then if I feel like it, maybe I'll log on to Twitch in a little bit. We're at 11 o'clock right now, so perfect. Perfect. Who else here? Sabrina. Who else is a creature of the night? Is anybody else a night owl? It's a Friday night, too. A lot of people messaged me on the last live stream I did. I think it was the lighting and the way my hair was on my shoulder, but everybody thought I cut my hair. I didn't. Joseph Michael, thank you for the $5 donation. Joseph says, do you have any vegan car magnets or bumper stickers on your car? I do not. I like to be private, so that's probably why I don't like to bring attention to myself. You never know. I want to be just the regular car with nothing on it that got away from the FBI or police or whatever that are looking for me. Then, it was that car with the big vegan sticker. We're going to find him. That's who I'm going to be. Kidding. You're a night owl too? Yeah, I think I like night better than just being a day owl or a day bird or an early bird. You're a night owl because of me too. A lot of people would say, yeah, not a lot of people, but some of you guys would watch me play Twitch all hours of the night. I don't know how, but hey, if you guys want to watch me do it, then I will do it. Yeah, I got to do it. I got to start doing more Twitches. I know. You know, you just gave me an idea. Maybe I should make vegan zombie bumper stickers or car stickers. So the stickers I have right now are not. They're not for. They're not for cars. I think that they would probably fade away. Well, maybe this wouldn't. No, I don't think this would. But I had another one a while ago that I seen people put on their car and it faded away. This one right here would be okay. What else? I'm going to be doing, just for those of you guys that are on now, I'm basically going to do one of these, a quick update for the Kickstarter movie, just to let everybody know that there's nothing really new right now to talk about, and mainly that's because of the pandemic, but we are still fully intending on shooting this movie. We're just pushed back a little bit further now because of obviously the pandemic. I was supposed to go meet with somebody back in March. I had my plane ticket all ready to go, and that was when I was going to go out there for the expo. I obviously that didn't happen because of the pandemic, so I'm highly doubt that it's going to be shot this fall with everything that's going on. Totally out of our control, but I guess instead of looking at that negatively, I'm going to look at that positively and say it's going to give us more time to plan what we're actually going to do in 2021. So it is what it is. We're still doing it. So everybody that's asking me every week, are we still doing it? Yes, we're still doing it. Did I scam you guys? I did not scam you guys. We're still doing it. All the money is still in the account. I did talk to finally a tax specialist because my tax guy did not know how to file this Kickstarter taxes. And you would think that since this is all funded through crowdfunding for a special project, it wouldn't be taxed like that. But apparently it could be taxed up to almost $25,000 of the money that's in there. And I really hope that he can find a way not to let that happen, because that's at least 1/3 of the money that we have to make this movie. And that just doesn't seem right that the government would take that much money out of something that it's not my income. It's for a project. So these are the problems I'm trying to work around right now. Is the IRS sees this as my income, and that screws me over as an individual because it's not my income, but it puts me in a higher tax bracket, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So right now I'm trying to work with this tax specialist to figure this out and not let that happen. Okay. No, I know 99% of you guys know that I did not scam you and I would not scam you. But there are people that ask me that they have messaged me saying that, I knew this was a scam and everything. I was like, no, this is not a scam. No, this is not a 501c. None of that was set up. And I guess that costs money to set something like that up in the first place. This was supposed to be, originally it was supposed to be an LLC partnership that dissolved and it became just me, sole proprietor. So yeah, it's under an LLC, but I'm the only owner of that. So my original partner is no longer involved in this. And I don't know, like I did everything that I knew how to do for my specialty coming from me. Like I got it funded. I got everybody, wanting to do this. I got the script written. I got all the ideas behind it. We got a funded movie here. And the other people that were supposed to come in, it just, the things that were supposed to happen didn't happen. So this is still going to happen. It might not be Hollywood like I wanted it to be, but it's still going to happen. However, we figure out how to do it. It will happen. We will have a movie. I will let everybody know when I know more, everybody involved in the Kickstarter, the best way. I'm telling you guys now because we're live and not everybody watches me live, but you guys are watching me, all 51 of you, and anybody that's watching this after the fact. But for all the people, anybody that was a supporter of the Kickstarter, like any update will be on the Kickstarter. So as long as you look at your Kickstarter updates, you will not miss it. And when things start to get moving, I will announce it on my live streams and social media as well. So anybody that was involved or pledged a certain amount to be in the movie, or whatever you did, you won't miss that as long as you're looking at your updates. And Ilani, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate your live streams. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate everybody here that come to my live streams. Yeah, and that's what I got to just say. Like, it weighs heavily on me because, like, I'm the one, I guess in charge of this. I never wanted it to happen the way it did, but I just want people to know, like, I would never and will never, I'm not going to, like, take that money and run. It's still in an account, untouched. And it will be used for the movie. And if need be, like, and I can't find anybody to help, I will hire a sound guy, a lighting guy, a cinematographer, and we will start doing this on our own. But it will happen. And I've seen some movies that were pretty low quality that are on like Netflix. Craig actually showed me one recently, and I'm like, oh my god, I could do that right now. And I guess it was made for like $35,000. So we'll get this. This will happen. I don't watch anime. I haven't watched anime since Princess Mononoke came out. But I will say that my favorite anime back in the day was Grave of the Fireflies. So I remember the only ones I know of in my head is Princess Mononoke, Grave of the Fireflies, and Akira. And isn't there another one like the City in the Sky or something? What's it called? I don't know. Ellie Bean, thank you for the $5 ditto. Whenever somebody says ditto, I think of Ghost. Oh my love. I can't sing. But anyway, Ghost. She always likes, I love you, and he'd be like, ditto. Rick. Carl. Spirited Away, yes. Oh, and what was I supposed to look up for Chris D'Elia? What happened with that? Grave of the Fireflies was heartrending. I tend to like those those movies stick with me. E.T. And that was like, I watched, that was an old movie. I mean, not old, but for now, yeah, it was like, I watched that 25 years ago. I remember watching that when I first moved to Florida in 95. Grave of the Fireflies. Sad, but true. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow. Joseph, $2 super chat, thank you. Is Vegandale New York City canceled this year? I would be surprised if it wasn't. I don't recall if it is or not, but I don't think it is. You think of Dido, the singer. It's Dido, D-I-D-O. Be the girl one day. That was the theme song of Roswell back in the day. Roswell, yeah. E.T. could make Chuck Norris cry. Or maybe Chuck Norris makes E.T. cry. Minimalism. Wait, who did? Matt de Avila. Minimalism. More. I can't sing. Come on, guys. John is a singer. You should know better. Words with friends, friend. Ditto. Dito. Dido. Wow, we did twice as long as I expected. We were only going to do this for an hour. Matt de Avella. Is that the name of the film? Or is the name of the film Minimalism? Would I go to a Mason on Long Island? What? I don't get the question. Do I think Back to the Future 4 will be released? It's already been released, but then they went back in time and unreleased it. No, I don't know. Who knows? Speaking of Scientology, that Danny Masterson is in deep trouble. I don't know what ties that has to Scientology. I did hear about Danny Masterson. I think we were hearing about him doing something. Wasn't that a long time ago, right? And I just heard about it again yesterday or the other day. The gold smuggling. Oh, that's probably what I just got a notification. Yep. Minimalism on Netflix. All right. Is Danny Masterson a Scientologist? I don't know, but he's in trouble. He is a Scientologist. Hi, how's it going, Produce? We were right by the Scientology building when we were at the vegan YouTube house. It was right outside our door. I do. I love horror movies. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I came up with the name of my YouTube channel, my main channel at least. The Vegan Zombie. My love of horror. Am I a Scientologist? I am not a Scientologist. But I am a fan of science. Oh yeah, because those charges were like what, for 10 years ago, right? Those were old. He's from that 70s show. And I think there was charges against him like 10 years. Yeah. And now they came back. What is... Wow. Right before probably, I'm not sure exactly, but probably right before the statute of limitations runs out. My top 5 horror movies. I don't even know. Well, my favorite horror movie would be Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's my favorite. Night of the Living Dead. George Romero is my favorite director. We're talking about iconic horror movies, scary movies. There's so many. Interview with the Vampire is another, like, one of my favorite vampire movies. I don't know. This is where it kind of gets like, I don't know. There's so many that I don't know what I would. I did a couple of videos on like top horror movies and top Halloween movies, if you want to check those out. But I tend to really like vampire movies. Let Me In. Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the first horror movies I was able to see. I was allowed to see. Children of the Corn was the first one I kind of like got in trouble for seeing. You like anything with Bruce Campbell? 30 Days Night, I like that. I like that how they had their own language and everything. That was pretty cool. The Thing is really good. I like some of the original iconic movies. Aliens, more of sci-fi horror, but yeah, the Alien series are amazing. Do I still go to Catholic Mass at times? No, I don't. I am not religious. The last time I went to Catholic Mass was not for religious purposes. It was because I was feeling... I needed to feel some nostalgia, and the magic of Christmas around when I was a little kid. And I was an adult. This was probably maybe 10 years ago or something. I went with my parents, not for the Christmas, but just to soak in all the nostalgia of being a little kid. And that's why I went. Mariah Carey's Glitter, Geely. We were just talking about some psychological things. I really like... well, first of all, Adrian Brody's a really good actor. A lot of his movies are really good, but I really like The Jacket. Did you guys see that psychological thriller? Almost kind of like Jacob's Ladder in a way. What's a movie that is totally not your style that you didn't think you would care for, but you ended up enjoying? I don't know if I could just think of that right now. I could probably think of it when I'm not thinking of it. I just watched the movie Onward. It's a Pixar Disney. I like that. That was good. What else? Dummy. That's funny that you said that. D White Rabbit because D Rabbit White because that's how we started talking about Adrian Brody. I was talking about the movie Dummy, and not the dummy, and then we started talking about The Jacket, The Pianist, and yeah, he hasn't been. Did I see A Bug's Life? I think I did, but I didn't really stand out. Okay, let me try to think. What movie did I not think I was gonna like that I really liked? I know I can kind of think of it, but I can't. What was it? I never saw Truman, but Philip Seymour Hoffman, Magnolia, Happiness. He's a good actor. Parasite. Yeah, Parasite was really good. Yeah, that's it. I didn't think I was going to like it because when I turned it on, it was all subtitled. I'm like, oh man, there's nothing wrong with a subtitled movie, but I was feeling kind of lazy. I just wanted to sit down and watch a movie and not have to read anything. And I was like, oh man, I was going to turn it off, but I gave it about 5 minutes and I'm like, I'm already drawn into it. And, you think Parasite, like I'm thinking it's a horror movie, and like it was a good movie. I really liked it. I recommend it. Parasite. Will I watch any movie genre? No, I don't like musicals. I just never liked musicals. I love that. What's her name in that? To the woman in the vampire movies. Who? Vampire movies. Elvira? Grease is your all-time favorite movie? I remember seeing that, early 80s in my friend's house. Which Terminator you hated the most? Probably Salvation. I never liked Rocky Horror Picture Show, to be honest. Grease was okay because I was always, when I was a little kid, into motorcycles. And, yeah, but... Oh, The Fifth Element. What's her name? Why can't I think of her name? She was in Joan of Arc. She was Joan of Arc. Yeah, I just saw Knives Out. I really like Knives Out. I want to see another movie like that. Go see Knives Out if you guys. It's a murder mystery. It's good. Memories. Mia Jovovich. Resident Evil. That's who. Yeah. Or are you talking about Kate Beckinsale from Underworld? Yes, I've made teriyaki. I've made all kinds of tofu. Willy Wonka, the original Willy Wonka. I liked Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I've seen Train to Busan. Okay, bye, bro. I'm leaving. Okay, Ataku Dezu. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah, still, I've never seen Joker. I need to see that. Knives Out, Amazon Prime. Was it on Prime? Yeah, I think it's on Prime. Check it out. It's good. I watched that and Vast of Night. Both of them were good. There was another movie I watched last night that was a little bit along the lines of Knives Out, minus the, I guess, not quite the murder mystery that Knives Out was, but kind of the same, a little bit of the same concept, called Dangerous Lies. Dangerous Lies. Wasn't that like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Or was that True Lies? I did like Popeye, though. I did like Popeye. When was the last time I cried? When was the last time I cried? I don't cry very often. It's been... You know what? Okay. I guess I'll consider it crying because I teared up when I watched E.T. in the movie theater last year. And being in the theater, and they had the whole symphony playing, and just seeing it come on, and like it just brought me right back to being a little kid. And I definitely teared up. So, Never Ending Story, come on. That's definitely one of the best ever. Wait, The Last of Us was a pretty good movie, even though it's a game. Wait, did they make a movie out of it too, or are you just being funny and it's actually just a game? Yeah, exactly. When somebody hypes a movie up and then people see it, it's not as good. So there's a lot of movies that people said weren't good that I watched and I really liked it. But when somebody says this movie is like the best movie ever and then I go to watch it, it's like, I thought it was going to be way better than that because everybody said. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, when Artax fell into the quicksand. I do remember Inner Space. That was what, Martin Short? Ice Pirates. I haven't seen that. I don't even remember that. Do you ever watch Solar Babies? I remember Ice Pirates. I watched that when I watched Solar Babies a long time ago. I seem happy when I talk of my child. I had a good childhood, and that's one of the things that that's like a strong emotion that I have. I don't really have too many emotions, but when it comes to nostalgia, it's very intense for me. So and I have a good memory, so like I can remember these moments, and I relate them to, like, if I saw a movie or something like that. But that's why, because E.T. right here is my favorite movie of all time. But with that being said, and I mentioned this in I think the last live stream I did, I don't watch it too often, because if I watch it too often, it kind of dumbs down the senses. So I like to watch it and it bring me right back every time. And if I watched it all the time, I would probably start getting new memories and forget the memories I had when I was a little kid. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I don't like, if you watched E.T. back when it first came out, same as me. When we went to the movie theater to watch E.T., nobody knew what it was about. Like the poster, nothing. We didn't know what it was about. We just went in there. Okay, we're going to go see E.T. I guess it's some alien or something. I don't know. I did. I grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 200s. I can remember just about any moment. If I lived a moment and somebody says, "Do you remember this?" I can pretty much 100% of the time remember any moment that I've lived. Yes. Yes. Are there any movies you're looking forward to? You're putting me on the spot, but probably yes. I I would love them to make the Vampire Lestat. That was my favorite out of the Vampire Chronicles. That would be awesome. I don't know if they're making it, but that would be awesome. Good night, Joseph. Thank you for the super chats and hanging out. Yeah, we should have movie Mondays, right? Yeah? Well, we're doing movie Fridays tonight. Actually, I think that they're playing E.T. They might have done it yesterday, but a drive-in theater playing E.T. and the Goonies and the Phantom Toll Booth. Never even heard of it. Oh, Laura, well, I hope you don't have COVID. And also, happy birthday. Who would you? Well, you know what? They were casting Jared Leto as Lestat. I could see that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. Who else? I know a lot of people don't like Tom Cruise, but he played a really good Lestat. And I know Anne Rice she did not want him to be Lestat, but then once she saw his performance, she's like, she really liked it. I think he played a good Lestat. I don't know who I would want to be Lestat now. Garth? Oh, they were going to talk about making the game Last of Us. The Twilight guy. Robert Pattinson. Is that who you're talking about, Robert Pattinson? Last of Mohegans is one of my favorites. I'm not a fan of the Anne Rice books or movies. You know, Robert Pattinson looks like how I perceive Lestat to be. Like, I could see him being Lestat. But I think he's already typecast as Edward from Twilight. So I don't know if that would go over well amongst fans. But I you see Lestat as have like, a gaunt face. He was of royalty. And I love his story. It's amazing. From what I remember, as long as I'm telling it right. But he is like the exceptional vampire because he was the only one that did not choose to be a vampire. So he's not damned like the rest of them. Like they say, Queen of the Damned, and you're damned, and your soul is damned for being a vampire. But he wasn't, because he was turned into a vampire against his own choice, whereas everybody else was given the dark choice. So that's why Anne Rice loves him the most, because he's like unique amongst vampires. And he was also made by the most powerful vampire. Well, I could see how he hates his Twilight stuff, because he's been typecast ever since. Would I choose to become a vampire if I could? Maybe I already have. No, I used to I used to dream about that. Like that was I wanted to be a vampire. I don't know. I have a thing. Maybe no, not everybody has it. I would love to live forever or for hundreds of years to see time unfold and play out. But even more than that, I would have loved to go back in time to, I don't know, maybe the Middle Ages, and then like been like immortal then and like watch history unfold. So that's exactly, you just took those words out of my head, out of my brain here. But I've said that a million times. I'm like, I always wanted to be a vampire, but if I could be Wolverine or like Wolverine, I would just do that. Um, Being able to live in the day, not drink blood, all those good things, and still be pretty immortal and resilient and stuff like that. That'd be amazing. I wouldn't want to be a werewolf only because werewolves, they become a werewolf, and then they basically lose their mind. They don't know what they're doing. They can't control their actions, and then all of a sudden they're naked somewhere. Like, oh, what did I do last night? Like I don't want to do that. Now we're talking about all these superheroes that we would be. If I can't have any superpowers, I'll gladly take an Iron Man suit. His newest one. They're pretty cool. Don't need to be a werewolf to wake up in strange places naked. That is true. Yeah, right. Being a werewolf would be like a really bad acid trip every month. Oh no, it's another full moon out here. Yeah, we've almost gone through most of the 80s movies, haven't we? What else we got? The Princess Bride. Elves are pretty immortal, yep. But I also want to be like, they can be killed pretty easily. But if they're, just left to their own device, they would, they'll live for a couple thousand years. Like Wolverine, you shoot him, you stab him, he's going to come back. You got to there's certain things that will kill Wolverine, but not many. And, so I looked it up. I looked up some of the things that would kill Wolverine. I'm like, nobody's going to kill him. They can't kill him. You gotta really do some crazy things to kill him. Like Superman could kill him. Superman could bring him right out of the atmosphere and throw him into the sun, and he would die. But the other thing that could kill him happened at the end of one of the X-Men that I saw before Wolverine came out, like the standalone movie Wolverine. And I'm like, yeah, they're not going to kill him. But then all of a sudden, Magneto puts all these metal rods right through his body with concrete and everything, picks them up and throws them into the ocean. And I'm like, that would kill him. Like, somebody's got to save him. He can drown. Wolverine can drown. It's going to take him a lot longer than a normal human, but I'm like, you better get him out of there. He's going to die. But I don't know how he got out of there, but I don't remember if they showed it or not, but that was the end. But there is a movie called Wolverine where, he grows old and stuff, so I don't know. So there's not very many ways to kill him, but I remember you of the Babe, like Babe Ruth. Fright Night. You're so cool, Brewster. We were just talking about Voldemort from Harry Potter. The Frog Bros. Yep. I don't like horror comments. You like this one. I told you, I don't like horror comments. This one might save your life. Frog Brothers. I just said that in my head too. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Anyway, back here. We could just have a whole live stream about like what ifs. Like, what if you were immortal and all of a sudden you woke up in the year 1300 during the Black Plague and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to get the Black Plague because I'm immortal. But what are you going to do? Are you going to watch history unfold? Are you going to right some wrongs? I mean, there's a lot you could do there. But I don't know if things would end up the way they are today if you change history. But still, that would be fun. This live stream shows me there are so many movies I have not seen. Yeah, this is like a movie stream tonight, isn't it? We don't have to go watch a movie. We'll just talk about movies. What if you were doing a reaction video and accidentally pressed the stream button? I would probably cringe for the next 50 years thinking about it. Good night, Vigo. Well, if it was like Timeline, you're not actually going back in time. You kind of are going through an alternate universe. So you're in like kind of an alternate world that is very almost 100% the same as yours. So you're not going to actually change the history in your own world. You're doing it in a whole other world. I don't know. That might be fun. Maybe we're all in a matrix anyway, a simulation. Wait, the concept for the show Man in a High Castle is what if the Axis had won? Oh. It's kind of like a what if. That's kind of like the show I was talking about in the last live stream, 11/22/63, where he goes back in time to a couple years before JFK was assassinated. And he's going to try to save him from being assassinated. What will happen? Am I ever in the grocery store wondering if anyone else is vegan too? Yeah, actually. And, you know, it's funny because, like, I'll go up and I'm not even, this person's definitely not vegan. And they put all their food down and I'm like, oh my God, so far, everything's vegan. There's a good chance that, eggs. Or sometimes it's just everything. I'm like, wow, this person's not only vegan, they're eating way better than me. But yeah, I do that. I especially when I see people in, the Nature's Market and they're grabbing like, oh, hold on a second, hold on. That person just grabbed some Oatly. They just grabbed some tofu. All right, okay, just hold on. See what else they grab. Are they going for that tofu? They grabbed the tofurkey. I'm going over for dinner. Something like that. And then you start looking in their basket, and then you take their wallet out, look at their ID. No, I'm kidding in that part. A little bit too far there. Is there anything in movies that bothers me where I will stop watching it? Probably. Can I think of it? I hate when I can't even really think about it because I'm about to. Okay, I'm just gonna say it real quick. When somebody takes a fork and a knife on a plate, it's just I can't. It's if somebody's eating and they have a fork touching like a glass plate, ceramic plate, the sound it hurts my ears so bad. Like I freeze. It's so bad. That was starting to get a little cringy. Wait, what was getting... House on Haunted Hill. That was good. The lady with the bent neck, crooked neck. Yeah, same here. I have a lot of wooden and bamboo utensils for that reason. So, or like metal utensils and wooden or bamboo bowls or plates. You got to have one or the other. Who didn't kill JFK? Everyone did it. Mama. Yeah, that was all right. Like hangers screeching across the metal rack there. Ugh. Yeah. Looking at their wallet, cringy. No, I mean, that's the only way you're going to find out who they are and if they're vegan or not. You got to go to their house and look through their garbage to see if they have any non-vegan stuff. That's a joke. Oh, yep, same. Yep. Yep. D-Rabbit. Mother. Did anyone see Mother? I can't definitively say that I did, but I think I did. Not Mother Teresa, Mother film. Did I see this movie? Mother. With Jennifer Lawrence? No, I didn't. Is it a horror movie? $30 million. Don't have that budget. American psychological horror film by Darren Aronofsky. Javier Bardem. Yeah, I don't like anything claustrophobic. But I won't leave. Like, for some reason, like, that's like one of my biggest fears is claustrophobia. I'm so claustrophobic. But for some reason, like, when I see things like that, I can't take my eyes away from it. I'm like, I can't believe they're doing this. I can't believe it. And that's what's going on in my head up here, whether I'm speaking it or not. You better get it back to work so you can get out of here. What do you do for work? Too much information. Yep. Yeah, I like counting candy grapes. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Please. I have had an MRI. Yes, I have. Because I had back surgery. No, Zeke, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. 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 I might have to get going. Okay, guys. Cave diving? I can't even think about that. What is going on with my stream? All right, guys, I'm going to have to get going. Dogs don't want me to do this anymore. Did they give me headphones? Oh, wow. I'm surprised he's still alive then. Yeah. Not only cave diving, but what do they call it? Tunneling. There's these tunnels that these people kind of go through, and then there's a story of this one dude, I think it's in Utah, and he died in there, and people still go through these tunnels, and it's like there's a video on YouTube of people GoPro on their head and going down these tunnels. They're like big enough for, like, you know, just trying to like inchworm through. Like if you needed to get up, you couldn't. Like you were, and they would do it through all these things, and I'm just like, you know, I'm cringing as I'm watching it. Like I'm like I couldn't like turn it off. It's like my biggest fear. Like just watching this, it's crazy. You guys could Google it if it's something that you wanted to see, but they make it out. They're fine. Oh man, I don't know how somebody can do that. Just make a little robot go down there. When I was younger, I went to, I don't know if anybody ever heard of Howe Caverns, but it's an underground cave that it's like a tour you go through, and they got like all this stalactites and stalagmites, and then there's a part where you go through this windy cave, and I guess I was a lot better at dealing with claustrophobia when I was little. I wasn't as claustrophobic, so I went through all this, and I remember this one guy couldn't make it through it, and he freaked out and had to go back the other way, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with him, But there's no way I could do it now. I wouldn't climb Mount Everest either. Unless it was Wolverine. Oh, man. Oh, you went to Howe Caverns. Cool. Yeah, I went there as a kid, too. There are, that's what I've heard, too. Numerous frozen bodies on Mount Everest. A certain percentage of people that go there die. And people still do it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching for 2 hours and 32 minutes. I had fun. Not sure if I'm going to Twitch tonight, but there's a possibility. Right now, I'm going to go watch a movie or something. Take these dogs out. Here, come on. Out. Have a good night. And, yeah, that's it.